Guys and girls, how's it going? It's episode 10 of our career mode in Silverstone, and we are in Q1, coming across the finish line, and we're gonna qualify very high, P3 and P4 in Q1, so I believe McLaren in Silverstone, in their home track, is very strong to get some very good points as a team overall. And now we're coming towards the final corners of Q2, should be once again very easy job, and yes it is, we take P1 position in Q2, P1 and P8. And now we're gonna start a final lap in Q3. So this is gonna be I've been getting a little bit of messages in a private box that Eric show us the full qualifying laps around the tracks, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'll let you enjoy this amazing lap in Silverstone. We're coming towards the final corner, and it's going to be P3 for from this qualifying in Silverstone. So P3, our best ever qualifying in our career mode. First time we get top 3. I believe our best qualifying before this was from Australia, which was P6. So I was very happy of that. And Charles Leclerc having a 5-place quit penalty, which means our teammate gets promoted P7. So P3 and P7 for McLaren, which only shows that our car is very quick at the moment.
And Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Devlin, Verstappen, Sebastian Vettel and Albon, Sainz, Weber, Leclerc, they've taken a grid penalty, and Sergio Perez, Butler, Raikkonen, Daniel Ricciardo and Hulkenberg, Norris, Gasly, Daniel Kvyat and Antonio Giovinazzi. Russell and Robert Kubica takes the...
Okay, this is the team's home race. We're all relying on you to impress today.
What in would be Silverstone without heavy rain? Typical British summer, but anyways, 5 lights and away we go for our team's home race. We get a very good start. Nobody actually is able to challenge us for P3 position, and we're actually pressurizing Valtteri Bottas for P2, but he decides to brake check car, so then he lost control of his car, which meant that I had to back down. But very clean start, nothing too serious, and looks like the Mercedes are gonna pull away. I'm not quite sure. I'm trying to keep up in corners, but in straight lines they're just too fast. And we're coming towards the end of lap 2, and the gap to Valtteri is already over 9/10. Lap 3, the gap is not getting bigger, it's not getting smaller, and now it's lap 5. I just want to show why I'm skipping these laps, why I'm editing them out, because they're literally like this. I'm not catching anybody in front. But nobody in the behind can challenge me either. Lewis is a little bit pulling away. We're keeping up with Valtteri, but overtaking in rain is quite impossible because we don't have DRS opened. We have very bad engine. I'm sorry, Renault engine, but still, Valtteri has that Mercedes engine, so that's what keeping him in ahead of us. But in the corner sections, we are catching him. So why would I show you laps where I can't overtake anybody? So and that's why I'm really skipping, and I just want to show that how the laps in front are gonna go, how they did go before lap 5. And we're going to cross the finish line, and the gap is still 76 tenths. And now lap 7, Lewis Hamilton did the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, but we did a little bit better, so our confidence couldn't be any higher. There's the yellows in sector 2, so somebody has retired, and that's Sebastian Vettel, who had mechanical issues, so he has to retire from this Silverstone Grand Prix.
In the garage is that it's probably about time for the slick tyre now. It will be slippery, but it will probably be quicker.
So Jeff's saying that intermediates should be quicker, that the track is drying up.
Might now be the quicker tyre. If you think you can keep it on the road, let's consider swapping over.
So our engineer told us to pit for intermediates. We're gonna trust him and we're gonna do the gamble what nobody else does. And if this works out, we're gonna be 45 seconds quicker than everybody else. But lap 9 we come out of with intermediates. We're gonna try to overtake Robert Kubica. I'm not gonna lie, the track is very wet for these intermediates yet, but we're gonna see how easily we can get past over the Robert Kubica in Williams. We're using his slipstream and we're trying to use everything we have. We're trying to get the cops. There's yellows in sector 2 once again. We're gonna dive here inside of the cops and we get the maneuver done on Robert Kubica. Next up is gonna be George Russell. We got up to George Russell, but it took us around 3 to 4 laps to catch up to him. So Jeff did the strategy mistake for us, and I can't believe that I was stupid enough to listen to Jeff. But with 3 to 4 years of league racing experience, I've learned never trust Jeff, especially in the changing conditions. And oh well, Jeff, it's time to go and change for wets. Are you serious? Lap 13, I've been 5 laps stuck behind of this Williams car, and finally when he pits I get past him. So this was a definite strategy mistake, but luckily we have people pitting, so we might have some kind of chance of getting some decent points here today. But that was a very bad strategy, and I basically sacrificed my P3 and gave it away to somebody else. So, and this is not gonna do good in the championship fight, but I can't believe I really trusted to Jeff and decided to pit for intermediates. And now, as you can see, it's lap 14, we have more people pitting, and that's gonna promote us to P11 position. Giovinazzi having mechanical issues, that's the only reason we caught him. Without that he would have been 2 seconds a lap faster than us. Lewis Hamilton is around 2 seconds or 3 seconds quicker per each lap than us. He's pulling away, and here you can see Lewis Hamilton doing the fastest lap of the Grand Prix with old wets, with 20 lap old wets. Lap 21, Lewis Hamilton once again, fastest lap with the wets. So Jeff screwed us over, so good job Jeff. And we did finally our personal best in lap 24. So now in lap 24 it looks like intermediates are gonna be faster than the wets. No, I'm sorry, Lewis Hamilton fastest lap with wets, so it's still, wets are still faster than intermediates. So that's very nice to see that we basically did that pit stop for nothing. We could have stayed with the wets and dropped to the end and took at least P3 position, but you have races like this, and you never know, maybe mechanical issues will come in the next couple of laps. But we do purple in sector 2, and is this the time we're gonna set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix? No, the wets are still a little bit faster than the intermediates. And now lap 25 at a lap, Lewis Hamilton once again fastest lap with the old wets. Lap 25 old wets, Lewis Hamilton does the fastest lap. And now Lewis Hamilton wins the Grand Prix, and it looks like we're gonna come home in P10 position. Very disappointing home race for us. Qualified P3, best qualifying of the season, and then Max Verstappen doing the fastest lap with old wets. So definitely the track didn't dry up as Jeff hoped for, and well, I can't blame him. I was stupid enough to listen to him. We're not even gonna do purple in sector 2, so this was a race to really not remember. This was very bad for a championship fight, but it could be worse. We could be leaving here with P11, but at least we get 1 point from this Grand Prix, and our point streak continues, and in the end of the season it might be very crucial. But Lewis Hamilton takes his 5th win of the season, and third, I believe he takes 2nd in a row, so Lewis Hamilton is really on fire. We're gonna come across the finish line, and it's gonna be P10 for us.
Well, that's a disappointing result for sure, but we'll try to bounce back at the next one.
Yeah, that's what we have to do. We have to bounce back to the next one. Luckily we have upgrades coming for next races. Lewis Hamilton wins the Grand Prix, wins his home race like usually. Lewis Hamilton, Valtteri Bottas and Max Verstappen in a podium, usually what you'd see in Wayne. But I believe that P3 or even P2, Valtteri's position was there to be taken, because Valtteri's pace against Lewis wasn't that great, and he finished over 4 seconds behind of his teammate, so we could have challenged him maybe for P2.
Let's focus on the driver of the day. Anthony Davidson, who do you pick?
Well, for me, it's got to be Lewis Hamilton, the multiple world champion.
Are you serious, Lewis Hamilton? Okay, yeah, he won the race, but this is not going to do good for championship battle. As you can see, we're leading the championship by 7 points. Constructors is in P2. But if you like the episode, please leave a like, subscribe, and new episode of episode 11 will come out tomorrow. So until then, see ya!